Benji Bronk, living in the lap of luxury, sort of.
No more bullshit. This is a Howard 100 News Brief.
I'm Steve Warren, sitting around the house, something that Benji Bronk does best. And now, he might be taking a shot at making a living at it, as Lisa G offers us this Howard 100 News exclusive.
Celebrity House Sitters, CelebrityHouseSitting.com, and CelebrityHouseSitter.com. They're going to feature me.
Did they reach out to you or you reached out to them?
Oh, I started the websites.
Stern Show writer Benji Bronk is going full speed ahead with his side business. He'll watch over your prized possessions.
You know, it's a special experience for people that want their dogs or cats watched, or their apartment or boat.
Benji, who considers himself a celebrity, says his house-sitting websites will also include being able to rent other celebrities to watch stuff.
You know, if you're a celebrity in L.A. and you want to give people an experience, like a in-person experience, they'll offer that too. All they ensure is this is a celebrity.
But he doesn't consider this a business plan.
It's just a way to help people get together.
Benji has bought the websites, but they're not live yet. Lisa G., Howard 100 News.
Saving jobs and keeping the unemployment levels low.
You just saved Benji's job. He should get on his knees and kiss your feet.
This is Howard 100 News.
Shuli had an opportunity to speak with Eric the actor as a follow-up to all the Ice Bucket activity.
Now, what about Beth's Ice Bucket Challenge?
That video I have not seen.
You might want to get on that. Beth and Bikini. That's all I'll say.
Oh.
Tuesday's Fantasy Football League draft was Stern Show producer Steve Brandano's first one sitting on the sidelines. It was Steve's decision to not participate in the league this season. Was it hard for him to watch his co-workers pick their teams?
It was a tough day to miss. I didn't even go down and watch any of it because I thought it might be a little bit too hard for me, difficult. I don't think I'm going to be able to listen to it, but I would say this, I was able to make it through that, and the rest of it is just annoying talk from here on out, so I should be okay. I should be in the clear.
Another Howard 100 News Brief at the top of the hour, or as close as we can get.
Howard 100.
The actor. Enough already.
No more bullshit. This is a Howard 100 News Brief.
I'm Mike Hambrick. Whackpacker Eric the actor, tiring of all the talk that he's an ingrate and has not thanked those who responded to his wish list. The actor thinks he has a proper solution. It's a Howard 100 News follow-up.
If you somehow could find out his Twitter, that guy's Twitter account, and email it to me or text it to me, I will unblock him.
The other day, I spoke to a fan of Whackpacker Eric the actor who bought an item for Eric off of his wish list. And here's a news flash. He never received a thank you. Not to mention, he was also blocked on Eric's Twitter page. So now, it's time for Eric to respond.
Sorry I didn't get back to him sooner. You know, like I said, I'm working on this thank yous with as many slips as I have. I just want to make a broad thank you on Facebook, not just keep as things come in. Thank you, and being repetitive.
So much like a company with birthdays, rather than celebrate each individual birthday, we'll just do one cake at the end of the month.
Exactly.
Shuli Agar, Howard 100 News.
Howard 100 News, the only news organization that gives a shit about Eric the actor.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Over the years, the king of all media has had his feuds with other radio personalities and celebs. Stern was talking about them Tuesday. One was Scott Shannon, a New York City DJ, of course, Kathy Lee Gifford. And show executive producer Gary Dell'Abate recalls a confrontational moment with Jim Kerr, another local New York City announcer.
Jim Kerr took me to the side in front of, actually didn't take me to the side, in front of everybody. It was right after your first FCC issues, and started yelling at me in front of everybody about how you have ruined it for everyone now.
Yeah.
That because of you, it was ruined for all broadcasters, and it was really embarrassing.
Howard explains he holds no grudges.
You know, Jim is a great announcer. I'll always say it. I've always admired his career, but he's an announcer. That's his thing. And I did ruin it for him. He was a very valued morning man. I mean, of course. I mean, I set a new standard.
And Mr. Kerr's response?
He's the best in the world at what he does. There's absolutely no question about that. I'm a morning DJ. That's very different from a morning talk show host, which is what Howard is. I've never felt jealous of anybody's earned success.
Another Howard 100 News brief at the top of the hour, or as close as we can get.
Howard 100.
The Actor and the Challenge.
No more bullshit. This is a Howard 100 News Brief.
I'm Mike Hambrick. Eric the Actor, named by fellow actor Zac Efron to participate in the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. Will he or won't he? We sent Shuley to find out. It's Howard 100 News. You need to know.
Unfortunately, due to health reasons, I will not be able to take you up on your nomination. And hopefully you have a great day.
Pussy. Whackpacker Eric the Actor has been nominated for the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. And it was fellow actor Zac Efron who nominated Eric. But sadly, due to his heart issues, Eric cannot participate in the challenge. But that won't stop him from nominating other people to do it.
Well, I would actually go above and beyond the limit of 3. I'd like to see from WWE, Rob Van Dam, number 68, the lineman of the offensive lineman of the 49ers. I'd like to see him do it, and the entire team, actually. Then also actor Jonah Hill, then cross me over into the world of adult entertainment, Brandy Tallur, Sonny Lane, and Dennis Hoff, and all of his Bunny Ranch babes.
Thank God there's some hot chicks in that list. Holy crap. Just one wet dude after another. Shuli Agar, Howard 100 News.
Howard 100 News. We don't like you either.
The topic on Lieberman Live: criminalizing revenge porn. An attractive female attorney in studio with Hammond's Bill when the serious topic devolved into this.
When you guys were talking about revenge porn, and out of nowhere, I saw one of the hottest blondes here in the studio. I thought that she was like a porn star getting smacked on the face with hard dicks or getting punished.
Bill, I need you to focus on this issue,
anyway,
please.
Whackpacker Bigfoot relieved he told the king of all media about having sex with the local postman.
Yeah, I feel better about that, yeah, because I got it off my shoulders. Yeah, we got a lot accomplished, we did. We got the accomplished about turning the mailman in is the one that I used to finger up in Newport, it is. Seriously.
Another Howard 100 News brief at the top of the hour, or as close as we can get.
Howard 100.
From high atop the Howard Stern building in Midtown Manhattan, no more bullshit. This is a Howard 100 News Brief.
I'm Mike Hambrick. Howard 100 News wants to know, will it ever stop? The ongoing feud between Eric the Midget and Jeff the Drunk. The issue, acting. Who can and who can't act. It's Howard 100 News, in depth.
Howard 100 News, in depth.
Do either of you think you two can be friends?
Not a chance in hell.
Both of you said no at the same time. All right.
I think so.
You said you think so?
Yes.
Oh, so you're willing to try and be friends with Eric?
Yes.
What about you, Eric?
Not a chance in hell.
Eric's a fucking jerk off. I'm trying to tell everybody.
Eric the Actor and Jeff the Drunk. The smack talk between these two never ends. Thank God. But part of me feels like Eric isn't taking the news of Jeff being offered parts seriously. Eric, are you in denial?
It's not denial. I just know for a fact it's bullshit.
But I'm telling you, I saw the email that John Strauss sent to Johnny regarding the project. You're saying that's not accurate?
No.
Is it the fact that you don't want to believe it's true, or is Johnny playing both sides of the fence here? Is he telling you one thing and then telling Jeff another?
I think he's probably playing both sides of the fence. Plus, I don't think anyone would be stupid enough to hire this drunk, hot-headed idiot.
They were stupid enough to hire you? Think about it.
I'm not a falling down drunk that falls on his own table and breaks.
You call me a liability, but aren't you a liability with your fucking oxygen? Come on, Eric. Think about it.
No, I'm not.
I think that's something we should all think about, Jeff. Shuli Agar, Howard 100 News.
Tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, it's Abe Cannon live from Chicago on Howard 101. For updates on The Stern Show and news from Howard 100 News, go to twitter.com/Stern Show.
On breaking news like flies on shit. This is Howard 100 News.
What's in a name? A lot if you are a radio DJ. Some names seem to catch on more than others. It's Howard 100 News you need to know.
Howard 100 News you need to know.
I was the first kid on radio.
Kid Leo is the program director of Underground Garage here at SiriusXM. And when Dallas DJ Kid Craddock died recently, Howard Stern wanted to know why so many DJs call themselves Kid. Kid Leo says they copied him. It all started when radio management back in the 70s wanted him to change his name. At the time, he was a big boxing fan.
There are a lot of kids in boxing. The light bulb goes on. I go, wait a minute, I can take her first name. So I went in, and the next day he said, it's Kid Leo. They went, fine, just get on the air.
And since he got huge ratings in Cleveland, other programmers wanted a kid on their radio stations.
All the kids out there are kids of this kid, in a sense, because I was the first one on the air with that name.
Kid says he's flattered.
There's just a lot of kids out there.
Lisa G., Howard 100 News.
On this date in 1974, the all-girl group The Runaways debuted. The group included Joan Jett, who went on to form Joan Jett and the Blackhearts in 1980. Catch the Howard 100 News Week in Review tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern on Howard 101. Another Howard 100 News brief at the top of the hour, or as close as we can get.
Howard 100.
Eric the Actor, enough already.
No more bullshit. This is a Howard 100 News Brief.
I'm Mike Hambrick. Whackpacker Eric the Actor has had it with all those troublesome tweets, and he wants to set the record straight. It's Howard 100 News in depth.
These Twitter idiots are going to IMDb and reporting that 20 years ago on June something, 1994, I married Jan.
Mazel tov.
No,
Oh.
that didn't even happen.
Oh, okay. The bad news, Eric the Actor is still sticking to his guns when it comes to not responding to jerks on Twitter. The good news, he's now responding to these jerks through me. And Eric wants to clarify what's true and what's not, thanks to all you a-holes out there.
He's got a little campaign on Twitter that's called #SaveEric'sButthole. My butthole is not in risk at all because I am a straight and dumb fuck.
Good point. I'm glad you cleared that up, because some people were emailing me asking me about your butthole and what the deal was with it, and I didn't know how to approach that with you. You know, I'm not going to call you up and be like, "Hey, Eric, how's your asshole doing?" You know.
Yeah.
Shuli Agar, Howard 100 News.
I'm club fucking footed, you asswipe.
Howard 100 News. We love the club-footed.
Whackpacker Bigfoot has a new live-in helper. Here's what he knows about the guy.
Yeah, having a new living helper is what's your name again? Huh? Junior.
Is Junior good?
He is. He's a good cook and everything.
So you're happy?
Yeah, I'm happy, yeah.
What does the future hold for Robin Quivers? Perhaps a second diet book, a TV show. Maybe, says Robin.
Yeah, there were, some discussions about things like that, and I think they still are going on. They're ongoing about, possibly doing something like that. I'm constantly working on recipes and working with different foods.
Another Howard 100 News brief at the top of the hour, or as close as we can get.
Howard 100.
Eric the Actor, off the scene.
No more bullshit. This is a Howard 100 News Brief.
I'm Mike Hambrick. Whackpacker Eric the Actor preparing for major medical procedures. John Lieberman spoke to him and learned we will be hearing less and less from the actor.
So you're going to take a little hiatus from the show.
Right. What I said on air was I was going to take a hiatus from this show, which I didn't also say on air. I was also probably going to be taking a hiatus from acting as well. But as I said, I will do your show when I can, because the fact that doing your show, there's no stress. I'm not sitting here arguing on the phone with anybody. All I'm doing is just straight out giving my opinion on whatever the topic may be of the day.
Follow The Howard Stern Show on Twitter. Go to twitter.com/Stern Show.
News of the actor's health problems spread rapidly through the Stern compound. We get this reaction from Stern staffers. It's Howard 100 News behind the scenes.
I feel very bad for the little man because he really is a nice guy on the outside, but when he gets on that phone, it's like he's 7 feet tall. I hope he pulls through.
Whackpacker extraordinaire Eric the actor is going under the knife to fix his heart. It's a major surgery that has all the staffers talking and wishing Eric the best, like media producer J.D. Harmeyer.
I hope he ends up okay. Yeah.
Producer Nick Ruckert.
Of course, I wish Eric only the best, health-wise, and I hope that if, God forbid, something bad does happen to him, let somebody continue that Twitter account, because it's the best, maybe the best Twitter account of all time.
Writer-producer Sal Governale.
I just want to say, fight through it, do your best, be patient, be considerate, keep a level head, and I'm saying this, of course, to the doctors who are working with that annoying pain in the ass. Exactly. Don't freak the fuck out. He's in a wheelchair. He's a little fucked up as it is. So let him be crabby. He has every right to.
Eric, I love you, buddy, and I wish you all the best, and I'll talk to you soon. Shuli Agar, Howard 100 News.
Who should replace David Letterman on Late Night? A lot of predictions from all corners. But what about Whackpacker's Sour Shoes? Shoes had this reaction to the suggestion.
I would propose we do it right from here, right from the room here in the house. I intro, they come up the stairs into the room, and when we cue the band comes in, Scott the engineer on drums, maybe Hansy is doing background vocals, and the band is also in the bed with me, and then the guest goes right up next to me, and we start, and then the guest asks me. I don't ask the guest anything.
Another Howard 100 News brief at the top of the hour, or as close as we can get.
Howard 100.
Hey, Johnny, what's up? Johnny Ferrato, everyone.
Hey, Howard, I want you to hear a message from Eric that he got very upset. And the other day, something happened. Somebody called from his school.
Yeah.
So you got to hear this message he left me. This is the message.
Hey, Johnny, did you catch the replays where that dumbass that was supposedly from my school called in and said that I ruined the school because of having them do construction and everything? Find that guy. His name's Jerry. You know what to do. You know what to do. Just find him.
Johnny, how did he get the impression that this was what you do?
That little motherfucker's a gangster, okay?
Gary's 8-year battle continues.
No more bullshit. This is a Howard 100 News Brief.
I'm Mike Hambrick. Stern Show executive producer Gary Dell'Abate's toenail war has been going on for a long time. Sadly, Gary continues to lose the battles. It's Howard 100 News. In depth.
This is my big month supply right here.
Stern Show executive producer Gary Dell'Abate going full force on trying to finally get rid of his toe fungus. This time he's trying an oral medication.
I thought I was supposed to take it for 2 weeks. I found out I was supposed to take it for 3 months.
No side effects to this?
I don't really read that shit. And I feel like if you read side effects, then you start to, in a psychosomatic way, have them.
It's been an 8-year battle for Gary and his toenails.
So I also went back to see her on Monday, where I went for another round of laser treatment. It's like my 4th round of laser treatment. She and I are on a mission to fix this.
Gary's podiatrist, Dr. Jackie Sutera, says you have to be vigilant in battling toe fungus. Gary knows the deal.
I'm pretty diligent about what to do. Just a pain in the ass.
And we wouldn't be doing our job if we didn't ask Gary this. Can I see your toes?
You can see them, but they're really weird now because she ground them down. And then she takes one of those, like a belt sander.
All right, here we go. The sock is off. Oh, they look like chopped up a little, right?
They've been ground down to like nothing.
You do have nice feet. It's just the toenails.
I have beautiful feet. I have Howard caliber feet.
Lisa G., Howard 100 News.
Remember the Superfan Roundtable, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific. Superfans celebrate the big announcement of Howard Stern's birthday bash. That's on Howard 101.
Happily taking backhanded compliments from the king of all media.
I'm not choked up with the news department either, but they're doing their job.
This is Howard 100 News.
The ladder of success is best climbed by stepping on those close to you. Perhaps not an exact quote, but it does best describe Jeff the Drunk's business philosophy. It's Howard 100 News. You need to know.
Well, as usual, Eric failed, and I swoop in, and I'm going to Sacramento.
That's Whackpacker Jeff the Drunk Curro, and he's ecstatic about the news that Whackpacker Eric, the supposed actor, has turned down yet another gig. The gig that Eric has said no to is a show called The Eric Andre Show. Extremely funny and can be seen on Adult Swim. Now, Eric claimed that the show was not for him, regardless of the exposure. So it looks like Jeff is stepping up to the plate and heading to Sacramento this weekend. So you're going to Eric's backyard.
Yeah, but I'm shitting all over it.
But I mean, even you realize when opportunity knocks, you open the door, correct?
Exactly.
Was there any concern or worries when this gig was offered to you?
Yes.
What was your concern or worry?
I wasn't really aware of the show because I don't have cable.
Okay.
And so I was thinking I might have to do it nude. After I hung up the phone with Johnny, I was like, Adult Swim, what does that mean? Do they interview people naked? I figured it's an adult TV show, you know?
Right, right. And so you're just going to be there for one show, huh?
Oh, I might be there for 2 shows.
The same show?
Yeah, that's what Johnny told me.
Wow. So if you have a message for Eric, what would that message be?
Fuck you, Eric!
Words to live by. Shuli Agar, Howard 100 News.
Another Howard 100 News brief at the top of the hour, or as close as we can get.
Howard 100.
Bobo on the tube.
No more bullshit. This is a Howard 100 News Brief.
I'm Mike Hambrick. Whackpacker Bobo taking his push to change backseat seatbelt laws a step further. This time, Bobo featured in a story on a New York area 24-hour cable news network. We have Bobo's reaction.
I feel, it expanded out to the whole area here along Island. A lot of people, saw this, and a lot of people came up to me already, said it was good. It's a strong message out there that we have to change the current law,
Shouting, hey now, from the mountaintop.
Hey now.
This is Howard 100 News.
Actor-writer Jonah Hill in studio Tuesday, telling Howard Stern he's contemplating establishing an email connection with Eric the actor, or perhaps buying something from the actor's Amazon wish list. Has either happened?
No and no. All I have is Gary saying that he gave Jonah my email address.
And also, will you keep him out of the email group chain that you send out?
Oh, yeah. No. You're talking about when I send things to the show and to Johnny?
Yes.
No, I'll keep him out of that.
The man who can't stop burping. Why can't he stop? Howard 100 News went in search of answers. It's Howard 100 News, in depth.
I'm a little bit more concerned about the stress and the air trapping possibility.
Internist Dr. Mark Siegel of SiriusXM's Dr. Radio watched the video of Ron Johnson, the guy who can't stop burping.
In 2012, the belching started.
The kind of belching that you're seeing there isn't the kind that I usually associate with this kind of a problem in the stomach.
Ron, who called into the Stern Show this week, says his symptoms get better when he lies down.
Normally, if you have an irritation in the stomach lining, it gets worse when you lie down.
And that's why Dr. Siegel, who's not Ron's physician, is leaning towards a stress-related syndrome. But he can't emphasize enough that Ron needs to get checked out by a really good gastroenterologist.
The one thing you want to make sure of is it's not an ulcer. He could have an outlet obstruction. It could be a scar.
All things, he says, that need to be examined. Lisa G., Howard 100 News.
Another Howard 100 News brief at the top of the hour, or as close as we can get.
Howard 100.
From high atop the Howard Stern building in Midtown Manhattan, no more bullshit. This is a Howard 100 News Brief.
I'm Mike Hambrick. A good night's sleep. You don't know what you got till you lose it. Something high-pitch Eric is learning. It's Howard 100 News in depth.
Howard 100 News in depth.
I'm all right. I went for my fourth sleep study about a week ago, where I have a very severe case of sleep apnea.
All high-pitch Eric wants is a good night's sleep, but it may be a while before that happens. During his recent sleep study test, doctors also found out something disturbing.
The doctor says I kick very violently in my sleep.
So Eric had to go see a neurologist. What does he think it is?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm getting a CAT scan done within a week.
He says his doctor has suggested he lose weight. Eric has lost 10 pounds and wants to lose more.
There's a place on Twitter, like a boot camp, and I'm going to join the boot camp for a week. My doctor made an appointment to see a nutritionist, too.
Eric currently weighs 360 pounds. Lisa G., Howard 100 News.
Tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, it's Abe Cannon live from Chicago on Howard 101.
Howard 100 News. At war with everyone.
Everybody get to work.
John Lieberman continues his exclusive profile of Stern staffer Will Murray.
What's your favorite sexual position, Will?
What is my favorite? What's the one Sal did where he puts his dick between his legs and let the girl suck his dick? Can I come up with something that tops that? I don't think so. I'm going to go with a classic missionary.
What is your favorite hobby?
Golf.
Who's the one person you admire most and why?
I admire my parents, all the lame answers people give, Howard, cancer survivors.
What is your biggest strength and your biggest weakness?
My biggest weakness? My temper, probably. Try and keep it in check. My biggest strength? I'm a pretty practical person. I'm pretty good at just, keeping a good, keeping things in check and not in check. What the hell's the word I'm looking for? Having a good perspective on things. I have a decent sense of humor, good work ethic. Do you want to hear more about how great I am?
From high atop the Howard Stern building at SiriusXM Radio, this is Howard 100 News.
Manager Johnny Fratto weighs in on the act-off between Jeff the Drunk and Eric the Actor. It's a Howard 100 News follow-up.
Howard 100 News follow-up.
Today is the deadline.
Now, when you say it's the deadline, what do you mean exactly?
It is the deadline for me to get rid of Jeff the Drunk. The problem is I think we've got some work for Jeff.
He is manager extraordinaire, Johnny Fratto. And when it comes to deadlines, he gives them. And Johnny's excited about the fact that the skill of acting will make the call on who Johnny will be managing, Eric the Actor or Jeff the Drunk. Johnny loves the idea, and I asked him who he thinks has the advantage if he had to handicap this matchup.
You know, I'm going to tell you, Eric has that feisty kind of acting, thing going on, but Jeff the Drunk, to me, has potential that we haven't seen. I think he could be another Vic Tayback or any of those actors of the, shows of the 80s, the sitcoms of the 80s. He would fit right in.
Jeff the Drunk is the next Vic Tayback. I love it. Shuli Agar, Howard 100 News.
Hi, this is Marion from Brooklyn. All I need is Howard in my life, and you're listening to Howard 100 News.
Another Howard 100 News brief at the top of the hour, or as close as we can get.
Howard 100.
From high atop the Howard Stern building in Midtown Manhattan, no more bullshit. This is a Howard 100 News Brief.
I'm Mike Hambrick. America's Got Talent, a hit in Midtown Manhattan. We caught up with Barry, a longtime Stern Show listener, waiting to get in to get a glimpse of the king of all media.
He's a great entertainer. I tell you, a very smart guy, and he, like I said, he's a fantastic judge. And I think, like I said, the program has been much improvement, getting rid of some of the other judges they had and putting him on. And the current judges that they have now, I think that's going to be good for next year as well.
Tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific, it's America's Got Talent All Access Show with John Hein and High Pitch Mike on Howard 101. Then at 9 p.m. Eastern, catch the AGT Results Show tonight, 9 p.m. on NBC.
The only news team that employs rappers, comedians, and cookie book authors.
Look what goes on here. This is everything I imagine would happen when I made a news department.
This is Howard 100 News.
Eric the Midget finally completed his audition for WWE Manager. We wanted to know why he wants the gig. There are some deficiencies. It's Howard 100 News in depth.
Howard 100 News in depth.
I'm absolutely not delusional to think that I could actually get in the ring and wrestle myself.
That's the one and only Eric the Actor. And he contacted me last week asking me to help him get an audition into the hands of someone at the WWE because our friend Eric wants to be a manager in wrestling. Now, I had a chance to speak to Eric about his audition, but my first question to him was, what makes a good manager in wrestling?
Someone that can pull the crowd into whatever he or she is saying, and either, depending on what side they're on, if they're, a person that's managing what's known as, in wrestling terms, the baby face good guy, if they could get the crowd into it and cheer along, that makes them a good manager for baby faces. And then for heels, the bad guys, if they could get the crowd angry with what they're saying and boo at what they're saying, then they're doing their jobs as a heel manager.
I may not be an expert in wrestling, but I have a strong feeling that once the WWE hears Eric's audition, there's no doubt in my mind we will be seeing Eric the Manager making his debut soon. Shuli Agar, Howard 100 News.
For updates on The Stern Show and news from Howard 100 News, go to twitter.com/Stern Show.
Don't forget to tip your news team. Call the Howard 100 News tip line, 877-H100-TIP. Or email howard100news@SiriusXM.com.
It's only about the world of Howard Stern Show.
Tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific, it's an all-new Dealin' Straight on Howard 101. Another Howard 100 News brief at the top of the hour, or as close as we can get.
Howard 100.
As we continue our coverage of the passing of Whackbacker Eric the Actor, Whackbacker Angry Alice gets emotional, revealing her true feelings. It's Howard 100 News behind the scenes.
I never had a fight with my friend Eric the Actor. I never did. I don't remember being mean to him.
The Whack Pack community is just trying to pick up the pieces and move on. But that's not easy to do when you face another day with no Eric the Actor. And legendary Whack Packer Angry Alice had this to say about her friend Eric.
Eric the Actor, you was a good actor to me, and I really gonna miss you, little friend. I'll be there with you pretty soon because I got sugar diabetes. And say hello to my sister for me, sweet thing.
Alice, you okay?
I'm just sick and tired of good people dying on me.
I know he loved you. I know he loved being a part of things, and I know he's not suffering anymore, and he's in a good place.
Yeah, he is. He is. He's dancing up in heaven with my sister and the angels. I really do miss him. That's the bottom line. And say hello to my Fred. And I love you, brother.
I love you too, Angel.
Can I ask you a question? Do you know when it's going to be on there? Can you call me, let me know?
Absolutely. Julie Agar, Howard 100 News.
Howard 100.
Howard on the Actor.
No more bullshit. This is a Howard 100 News Brief.
I'm Mike Hambrick. The king of all media reflects on the legacy of Eric the Actor in a one-on-one interview with Howard 100 News.
What do you hope that Eric's legacy will be?
I hope people remember this guy who, despite all of his handicaps, was able to enjoy life. You know, he didn't have a lot to celebrate, and yet there was some spirit. I used to say this when he was alive, so this is how I felt about him. There was this spirit. Even he would stand up to me. You know, he just loved being in the middle of things and mixing it up. His family actually sent me the obituary, not the obituary, the eulogy for him, and they talked about his spirit, and they saw the same thing in him. So I hope that we remember that no matter how bad things are or how they look, that there's still something to enjoy in life. You got to find that joy. I hope that's his legacy.
And Robin Quivers responds to the same question. What do you think will be Eric the Actor's legacy?
Ack. No, he was such an inspirational spirit, and Howard hits it on the head when he says there was a guy with all of these problems and all of these issues. He still wanted to have his say. He didn't take it very well, but he dished it out. Most people in his situation wouldn't be that engaged with life. I think that he got the most out of his life that he could possibly do, and that's a beautiful thing.
Shouting, hey now, from the mountaintop.
Hey now.
This is Howard 100 News.
Actor B.J. Novak, appearing on Watch What Happens Live, responds to his ex, Mindy Kaling's interview with Howard Stern about their relationship.
I thought it sounded to me an honest and heartfelt account of a complicated and mostly wonderful relationship. And the highlight of that experience for me was my mom calling to sort of pry, like, so what do you think of what Howard was saying? It sounded pretty interesting to me. Like that Howard Stern would somehow end up as part of my mom's sort of gentle harangue as when you get your life together.
I mean, did she must have learned things about your relationship from the Howard interview, it sounds like.
I suppose she did.
Yes, yes.
Another Howard 100 News Brief at the top of the hour, or as close as we can get.
Howard 100.
From high atop the Howard Stern Building in Midtown Manhattan, no more bullshit. This is a Howard 100 News Brief.
I'm Mike Hambrick. The king of all media, Howard Stern, upset with the AGT lineup of contestants last night and let America know about it.
Howard 100 News, behind the scenes.
This means that America got something wrong. Both of these acts should be going through into the final six. But that means someone's going home, and that ain't right.
The king of all judges, Howard Stern, upset that two of his favorite acts, the comedic acrobats, the Kristoff brothers, and comedian Taylor Williamson, were up against one another.
That is just not right.
But America voted and put Taylor Williamson through. He had this message for his fans.
I just want to say, any kids out there who get bullied for being weird or awkward or dorky, I was like you, and I still am like you, and being different is cool.
Howard showing support to the contestants.
Those guys were phenomenal. I never could have predicted this. This is an amazing night. This is why this show is so crazy tonight.
The winner of this season's America's Got Talent gets crowned next week. Lisa G., Howard 100 News.
Join Abe Cannon and the boys live from Chicago, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. That's on Howard 101.
From the broadcast center of the Howard Stern Building, the News Watch never stops at Howard 100 News.
This pressing issue of the day, Eric the actor goes public on why he's wearing no shoes in Twitter pics. It's Howard 100 News. You need to know.
Hey, Shirley, this is Eric. I'm leaving you this voicemail to kindly explain the fact that I've gone out in public without shoes, with just socks on. Either a black pair of socks or white pair.
It's a busy day here at Howard 100 News. Lots of big stories to report on, and none bigger than Eric the actor responding to fans on Twitter as to why in photos of him in public he's not wearing shoes. Now let's keep in mind, Eric is in a wheelchair, he's also a lifetime member of the Whack Pack, and he's not a fan of people asking him about wearing shoes. So Eric, the floor is yours.
The reason why is because on my left foot, the big toe has been slowly curving out the bone of it, which when I have a pair of shoes on, that bone rubs up against the inside of the shoe, and it hurts like hell, making it unfucking comfortable to put a fucking pair of shoes on my feet. And anyway, why the fuck does it really matter? I'm in a wheelchair. I'm not putting my fucking feet on a fucking disgusting ass ground like everybody else. So it shouldn't really fucking matter if I have shoes on my feet or not. And I don't really have smelly feet because my feet don't sweat bad. So it's not like people are smelling my unshoed feet. So get over it, people. That's how I go out in public now lately. You have a problem with it? Go fuck yourself.
Unshoed feet. I love it. Shuli Agar, Howard 100 News.
Be sure and catch Dr. Fish and Shuli on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 Pacific on Howard 101.
The only news team that employs rappers, comedians, and cookie book authors.
Look what goes on here. This is everything I imagine would happen when I made a news department.
This is Howard 100 News.
Stern shows celebrity guest Eddie Van Halen among the men contributing the most valuable words of wisdom they've ever received to Esquire's amazing portrait of the American man in 2013. Eddie says the best advice he's ever received came from his father, who said if you make a mistake on stage, don't stop and don't let the audience know you made it. When you see Stern News, we want to know about it. Call our tip line at 877-H100-TIP or email Howard100News at SiriusXM.com. Another Howard 100 News brief at the top of the hour, or as close as we can get.
Howard 100.
Eric the actor, getting real.
No more bullshit. This is a Howard 100 News Brief.
I'm Mike Hambrick. Eric the Midget's acting career on the upswing. Is the alternative actor moniker becoming legit? It's Howard 100 News. You need to know.
Well, I didn't mind meeting Eric. I thought Eric was quite pleasant meeting him face to face, but it was getting him to set was the big problem.
His name is Jim Jeffries, and he's a brilliant stand-up comic, originally from Australia, and he's also the star of his own show on FXX called Legit. Jim's show is coming back for a second season, and he wants to make sure there's a season 3. And Jim knows the best way to make sure that's going to happen is to give Eric the actor a part in season 2.
We had him in a cockfight. It was a cockfight situation. The whole thing, we thought it'd be funny if he was like a mafia boss, like if Eric played like a mafia boss and he was in like on a low level and was in charge of cockfights around the neighborhood. He would get flustered and he would ask me directly to tell the roosters to shut up while he was trying to perform. That's no shit. He would say, the roosters are ruining my performance.
Eric's episode will air in January, and Jim tells me that Eric's part might be a reoccurring one. Shuli Agar, Howard 100 News.
If Congress doesn't act, unemployment benefits will run out for more than 1 million Americans this month. That includes some whackpackers, High Pitch Eric and Joey Boots on Lieberman Live.
Eric, do you keep a log of what potential employers you visit, what jobs you've applied for? Do you keep good records of it?
Yes, I do.
Every week.
Every week.
They're bullshit, right?
No.
These people that you visit online,
No.
You actually go into places and
Yes, and I
submitting an
get,
application.
and I get business cards from them too.
Okay.
Every time I go for interviews or every time I apply for jobs, they say they'll call me back. You know, I don't get a call back.
Do you follow up with them?
I follow up with them, yes.
Follow the Howard Stern Show on Twitter. Go to twitter.com/Stern Show.
Howard Stern's birthday bash, 52 days and counting until the big night at the Hammerstein Ballroom, a New York City landmark. But why was it picked as the site for the Stern Bash? We ask Ross Zapin, Senior VP at SiriusXM.
It's a great location. It's a great room. It's Super Bowl weekend, so we wanted to make it as easy as possible. It's across the street from a lot of mass transportation with Penn Station.
The Hammerstein Ballroom, it's booked. But what about a name change, Ross?
Or we can change it to the Hammer Stern Ballroom. What do we think of that?
Another Howard 100 news brief at the top of the hour, or as close as we can get.
Howard 100.
The Kardashian Wonder.
No more bullshit. This is a Howard 100 News Brief.
I'm Mike Hambrick, the king of all media, amazed that Kim Kardashian is famous for what he says is absolutely no talent.
Doesn't it baffle you that a Kardashian, that kind of success, like there's no talent? We're fascinated with someone who has no talent?
Celebrity photographer Kevin Mazur attempts to explain the Kardashian phenomenon.
People are so obsessed with celebrity, and here's somebody that became a celebrity by being a reality star, just being herself. That's why you have so many people now go, I'll do Big Brother, I'll do this, I'll go on a reality show, because I want to be famous.
Listen to Howard 100 News, or you could die.
If there was ever a question in your mind about the veracity of the animosity between Eric the actor and Jeff the drunk, witness this attempt to contact the director of a new movie the drunk has a role in because the actor blocked the director on Twitter. Classic.
It's been forwarded. He must be a real producer. He's not available. All right. You can hang up, Jeff.
Hey, hang up. Jeff,
available.
Hang up, you idiot. You just gave that guy's phone number to everybody listening to this interview, moron.
We're in a live interview, fuckface. You really are an idiot, Eric.
Another Howard 100 News brief at the top of the hour, or as close as we can get.
Howard 100.
Whackpackers on the passing of Eric the actor.
No more bullshit. This is a Howard 100 News Brief.
I'm Mike Hambrick. News of Eric the actor's passing reverberated throughout the world of the Whackpack. Whackpacker Joey Boots remembering his fondest Eric the actor moments.
Oh, God, I'm all choked up. I'm sorry, man. Eric's fights with Gonzo Shitcock, I just thought they were classic, man. I thought they were so funny, and I hope he knows that, that they were really just fans of his, and they just wanted to interact with him, and they loved him when he got angry and started yelling just like he did with Howard, and, they just wanted to be a part of that, too, by, making fun of him.
Mother of the Whackpack, Marianne from Brooklyn, devastated by Eric's passing.
It's so sad, and may you rest in peace, Eric. You brought us so much joy and love. I cannot believe you're gone. It's very sad. We were like a family. I know I have my own family, but you don't know how many people reached out to me yesterday. Millions of calls and texting, and people didn't want to believe it's true, and I think he did joy of a broken heart. I'm sorry.
Whackpacker Bobo on what he will miss most about Eric the actor.
The funny thing about Eric, you can hate his phone calls coming in, but by the end of that call, you grow to love the guy again. It was like a love-hate relationship, and, Howard made him a star. He gave him a purpose to get up in the morning.
And finally, arch nemesis Whackpacker Jeff the drunk had these words on Eric's passing.
I'm not happy. I mean, it's not like I hated him, and I never wished him dead, or did I? Rest in peace, Eric, the actor. I caught myself there.
The Howard 100 News reporter that perhaps interfaced with Eric the actor most frequently was Shuley. We ask him to give his thoughts on the passing of the legendary Whackpacker. Shuli?
Well, Mike, that's a great question. I got to be honest with you. Eric meant everything to me. Eric was obviously great on air. Anytime he called into the show or anytime he left me a voicemail or if we had an interview set up for the news, I knew it was going to be gold every time. And as far as a friend, I mean, the guy didn't miss a beat. He contacted me the day my daughter was born to congratulate me, spending time with him on the road, and just seeing how much he loved entertaining people. When he was on stage, he was 10 feet tall. He loved every second of it, especially the boobs in his face. And I'm going to miss him a ton. And yeah, it sucks. I love you, buddy. Rest in peace.
Another Howard 100 News brief at the top of the hour, or as close as we can get.
Howard 100.
The Howard Stern Show.
Jan, so many celebrities were tweeting yesterday. I think Eric would have been pleased.
Andy Cohen talked about it on his show last night, too.
Oh, did he? I mean, Eric would have just loved this. That's the problem. You know?
I hope he knows. I hope there's some place that he went to and he can see all this.
Johnny Knoxville wrote, "Rest in peace, Eric the actor," on his Twitter account with a big heart sign. Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy insisted on calling in this morning. He'll call in later. Eric the actor was my all-time favorite.
Absolutely. What is Jimmy going to do?
He says, "I will miss him terribly. #bye for now." Natalie Maines. And, yes, Jan?
Natalie Mean started the hashtag thing to try to get him #1. And then Zach Efron, a whole shitload of people started talking about him last night.
Natalie Main said, "Rest in peace, Eric the actor." As a tribute, let's get Eric trending. #Eric the actor. And the people at Brickleberry said he was a pleasure to work with. Jonah Hill, "I just found out that Eric the actor passed away. He entertained me for years. So sad that this great man left us. Rest in peace, Eric." Andy Cohen, "Seems like it's true. So rest in peace, Eric the actor. One of the great Stern callers ever."
The Howard Stern Show. The Howard Stern Show.
I loved Eric. I truly, truly loved him. I mean, when Eric would call in, I got so excited because he was the greatest. And what I loved about Eric, Jan, maybe you feel the same way, I don't know, but what I loved about him was that here was this guy afflicted with every fucking shitty thing on the planet. I mean, you couldn't have gotten worse luck dealt to you. And Eric didn't view it that way. Eric wasn't a guy who acted any differently than any of us. I was always amazed how feisty he was, how pissed off he was, how he called me Big Nose and Gary Beavertooth. And what I loved about Eric, most people in Eric's condition would be bitter. But Eric loved life. He loved watching TV. He loved celebrities. He loved show business. He loved wrestling. He was passionate.
He was a real fan.
He was a fan. And I loved, I was like, oh my God, Eric, you know, you see so many people who, let's say, are in a wheelchair or who have Eric's, all of his physical deformities, really. And his foot, it was club-footed. His foot was turned around. It was a whole thing. Couldn't walk. And out of all of this, he still carried on like a maniac.
Yeah.
And it was the greatest. I said, this
One
guy.
One of the best things would be all of the demands. Johnny hasn't done this, and Johnny hasn't done
My
that.
favorite Eric moment, Jan, was I have a couple when I think about him. I'm thinking about, you okay, Jan?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah. I think my favorite moment, well, I have a couple, and I'll play some of them. But my favorite moment had to be when Eric had gotten a job on a TV show that we got for him in plain sight. And he had to go down to New Mexico, but he was afraid that werewolves lived in New Mexico. Because Johnny told him, he read on IMDb that there are werewolves in New Mexico.
I was there for this. It was amazing.
Yeah, and it was the greatest thing as I go, here in the middle of everything, Eric says, look, I don't want...
He's demanding.
And I convinced him, I said, do you think they'd put all their actors in danger with werewolves? I didn't try to convince him that there weren't werewolves because he wasn't hearing any of that.
I believe he requested silver
in his writer.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Silver bullet.
I really think he did.
That's just silver because he could use it.
The Howard Stern Show. The Howard Stern Show.
Jimmy, is there a bigger Eric the Actor fan than you?
I don't think. Well, first of all, let me say what an honor it is to follow Hansy and Gonzo Shitcock in contributing.
Right.
Our little pal Eric. I really did love Eric. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he was, everything about him fascinated me, and I don't think I was the only one. There's so many great, and I don't think Eric would have liked to have been called a whack packer, but there's so many great ones, and I think the fact that Eric had no respect for you whatsoever,
right,
is what I liked best about him, because you sit there and talk to this tiny little guy in a wheelchair, and who lived with his parents and really didn't have a whole lot going on outside of watching wrestling and American Idol, and he would argue with you as if you were equals, and you would argue with him as if you were equals, and I mean, I guess you really were, because you both kind of took that position, and I just love that. I really do. I just
Jimmy,
love
I think
that.
you summed it up for me, because you're right. You think that a guy who had absolutely so little going on and really needed me for trips to the Bunny Ranch or needed me for his fame fix, it didn't matter. What was so fascinating was he would just give me shit every single day and stand up to me.
But not only that, he'd give you advice.
But yeah,
that's what I loved. He'd call you and give you advice.
And anybody else would have just been begging me and kowtowing to me because I had this power to put him on the air. But it was precisely that he didn't give me shit that made him great.
I've been listening since the 90s, Howard, and he is as he would say, the only normal caller that I would remember that fought so much with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
None of the other ones would fight so much with you.
Absolutely. Jimmy,
yes,
this really is devastating, isn't it?
Oh, it's terrible. I mean, it really is terrible. I was trying to explain this to my parents yesterday, and they had no idea what I was talking about. But I really, yes, I had a lot of affection for the guy, and I just can't. It's so sad that he's not gonna call in anymore. I mean, there were many times where he said he wouldn't call in anymore, and that was part of the fun. The longer it would go, when you knew he was gonna finally break down and call in because he'd be offered a bit part on some show, and he'd have some reason that he'd have to break his vow and call, and that was always and the negotiations with the balloons. And
Jimmy, do you remember? I think the greatest moment was Eric had banned himself from the show. He said, "That's it. I'm never calling in again." And it had gone on for the longest time, like weeks, literally. We hadn't heard from Eric, and I remember sitting here on the air. I would be looking. How long did it last, Jan? 3 months?
3 months, I think.
3 months. So for 3 months, I hadn't heard from Eric, and I got really weirded out about it because, I loved Eric's phone calls, and I thought, wow, maybe he's for real this time. Maybe we really lost him. I don't know. This sucks. But, of course, if I begged him to come back on, it wouldn't have been any good because then it just wouldn't work. It has to be Eric wanting to come back on. So
and he was listening, too. He was texting me through that whole time.
And it was driving Eric crazy. So finally one day, we get a call from a guy named Derek.
Right.
Derek from Texas.
Derek from Texas, who started calling in, and of course it was Eric. He could not disguise his voice. He put on a little bit of an accent. And
now that he's gone, we can reveal the secret.
Yeah, and I played along. I would just be Derek. Eric can never call in again, but you all talk to. And he's like, yeah, that's right. Howdy, y'all. Howdy, y'all. Derek, the actor, might have been my favorite of all time. And once in a while, he'd screw up and call himself Eric.
Right.
It was so
He'd lose the accent in the middle of the sentence.
The Howard Stern Show. The Howard Stern Show.
Eric beat the odds. He was a guy, they told him as a teenager, he wouldn't even live to be a teenager. Didn't they tell him that?
Yeah, and he was ornery and told him no, he'll live a full life. So
yeah, and
he told all doctors that.
And he kind of proved them all wrong. He lived to the age of 39 is still way too young, but
for what he was dealing with?
For what he was dealing with, it was pretty amazing that he lasted that long. And I always knew in the back of my mind that, you know, when I'd hear every once in a while there'd be a rumor. Like last week they had a rumor that Beetlejuice died or something. Right. And of course it turned
There was actually 4 days ago or so a rumor that Eric died too.
Right. Whenever Eric even said he was going into he had to go get checked or this, everyone, right away you'd read rumors. And when I first heard, I know around here, they said Eric might have died because no one believed it. And I didn't believe it because really because I knew Eric's situation with his health, I knew that we'd lose him at any time. I knew it. But I never really thought the day would come. You know what I mean? He just seemed to be beating the odds all the time. I just never imagined Eric not being here. And I got to tell you, it affected me so much. And even my wife, and I suspect this is for a lot of people. My wife goes, you know, my wife doesn't really know the show all that well. And she really didn't know Eric, but she was crying. She felt so sad to hear that Eric was gone. And she couldn't explain why. She goes, I don't know why. I feel something about this. And that's how I think all of us are feeling right now. We didn't know Eric personally, but we knew him over the air. We knew about his situation. We knew how hard his life was. And I always knew that. And I always loved giving Eric airtime. Eric loved airtime. There was one time he called in. He was so pissed off. He left a voice message for me. He was angry that he couldn't give it on the air. He was on hold. And, you know, there were times I couldn't get to Eric.
How dare you?
Yeah, right. Oh,
how dare you?
That was a real affront.
He would be.
Hey, Richard, it's me, Eric. I was on hold for 2 hours and 59 damn fucking minutes. I'm getting sick of this shit. This is getting fucking ridiculous as hell. He needs to start taking calls from his regular callers that used to call him on K-Rock. I mean, he's getting annoyed with it. Tell him that I want to talk to him tomorrow. I want on the air tomorrow. Bye for now. Your boss is a piece of shit.
He would get so mad. There were times he would call in and go, I can't believe you spoke to, like, you know, Julia Roberts for an hour. You know, like he'd be.
How about when he'd say you didn't take my call when you were talking to this person?
Oh, he'd get so mad.
The Howard Stern Show.